Today on Inside Utah Politics, Utah's affordable housing crisis.
No secret here, the country is dealing with an affordable housing crisis.
You know, we have a country which is really in an affordable housing crisis right now.
Over 11 million Americans are paying more than half of their income in rent.
No wonder our housing crisis continues unabated.
And when you're paying 70, 80% of your income to rent, a very small thing can get you evicted.
Well, we're in a place of change. I mean, if I could say anything about housing, it's in a need of a structural renovation.
Utah legislature did pass a bill to address the issue. Problem is, it didn't get any funding.
Our primary focus, in fact, our sole focus really is to help address and alleviate the challenges that people have that can't afford housing. We're out there in the communities trying to identify projects to build new affordable housing units, as well as to identify properties that could qualify as affordable housing and they may need a little bit of renovation, and we're there to help them, all for the purpose of increasing the inventory of affordable housing units. We try to differentiate ourselves by being responsive to the needs of the community. We do that through financial support. We also do that through the technical support that we lend to anybody. At times I have said to community people and to developers, use and abuse us. So we try to be responsive, and proactive. That's why we've got a team out there that we are scouring, like I said earlier, every place we can to see what the needs are and how we can help satisfy those needs.
As we've done some analytics in Utah and Arizona, we've found that there's a huge need for housing in rural communities. We feel like it's really underserved.
We also have diversity in terms of size of projects. You know, we're out there not just along the Wasatch Front, but we're always looking for projects in rural Utah especially, and then in the outlying states if we can find rural opportunities as well.
With RMCRC to come to these rural areas, and with the 6 counties around, we have Sanpete, Sevier, Garfield, Grand County. They have truly made this a wonderful thing for the people.
So our first project in Richfield was a 50-unit project for families. And we always try and go into a community with a project that will meet the most need, that will fill up quickly.
And to see that Rocky Mountain CRC can make this happen for the families, even for the seniors, to meet their income, plus the families with children. I am very thankful, and it has been a true blessing to see that they're able to bring this to our communities.
In Utah, we have large families. And so, you know, the typical multifamily 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom doesn't always cut it. We've financed a project in Midvale that actually it's unique because it has 4-bedroom apartments that facilitate or address larger family needs.
Some of the benefits that we've noticed while working with RMCRC is as different ideas or concepts arise during the development of a project or even during construction, they've been willing to work with us to find creative solutions to overcome these obstacles.
We are proficient from the standpoint that we try to be very efficient in what we do. And it ties into responsive as well, but the more deals that cross our desk gives us a greater opportunity to identify projects that are worthy of the funds that the banks have set aside for us to make deals happen. Innovative. We don't just look at a project the way you look at your previous projects. Once we try to understand with as much detail as we can the challenges of a particular project or a particular community, and then we'll sit down and try to figure out how to do it. A good example is the In-Between project.
My name's Kim Correa. I'm the Executive Director of the In-Between in Salt Lake City. So the In-Between opened in 2015 with 16 beds, providing end-of-life housing and medical respite housing for individuals experiencing homelessness.
Most of our folks are coming in off the streets where they're not taking medications, they don't have access to clean water and food, they're not sleeping well. So when they come into our facility, they really have this big bounce back where they're doing really well for a while before their disease starts to progress.
And for years we struggled with not having enough capacity. So we were looking at options, even building a building, which was very cost prohibitive. In the fall of 2017, I went to the Utah Housing Coalition's Housing Matters conference, and there I was introduced to John Montgomery of Rocky Mountain CRC. And the more we spoke, the more enthusiastic he became about the project. So of course this was the first time that I had ever purchased a building or even contemplated purchasing a building this type of a magnitude. And John was there with me the whole way, guiding me through the process. It wasn't just Rocky Mountain CRC, we also had to obtain funding from the state's Olene Walker Housing Loan Fund, and John helped me work through that entire process, which was pretty complicated. Our new home has enabled us to expand tremendously. Now we have 50 beds licensed. We were able to obtain an assisted living facility license, and that means we can take care of individuals who are so medically frail that they actually need help with their activities of daily living. Now that we're in our new facility, we're able to take individuals who are really, really medically frail and carry them all the way through the end of life and provide all of their medication management. So Rocky Mountain CRC was a great partner. The In-Between would not have been able to purchase this building without the help of Rocky Mountain CRC.
It is uncommon in the industry to find an equity partner or a construction lender or a perm lender that has such a high level of quality people that, again, they're pleasant, they do whatever it takes to get a deal closed, and there's a sense of urgency.